U.S. President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden will share a stage tonight in Nashville for their final presidential debate. And that's where CNN's Karen Kaifa joins us from this morning. Karen, great to talk to you today. Top U.S. security officials say Iran and Russia have obtained American voter registration data. Can we expect to see that come up tonight during the debate?
Absolutely. National security, one of the 6 topics on the agenda for these 2 candidates here tonight. When they square off, they'll have 15 minutes to discuss each of these 6 topics, which in addition to national security will include leadership, American families, race in America, climate change, and of course, the COVID-19 pandemic. The viewers of this debate are certainly hoping for something that is less chaotic than what we saw in Cleveland, Ben, and there have been some moves made to maybe help that along just a little bit, including muting the microphones of each of these candidates as they give the initial 2-minute answer of each of these 6 segments. So lots for these candidates to talk about, including a lot of people are hoping to hear a little bit more about foreign policy, which is something that didn't get really addressed in that first debate, Ben.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the muting of the microphones, because in the last debate, as we said, Trump's strategy was to interrupt, talk over Joe Biden. That appeared to have hurt him in the polls. Is Donald Trump the type of person to reassess and take a different approach, or is it full steam ahead?
Well, Ben, some aides to President Trump say that even he, after hearing some of the reviews and the criticism of that first debate performance, maybe acknowledged that he was a little bit aggressive in some ways. His aides around him have certainly told him to tone it down. Remember, the key voters that he and Joe Biden are fighting for, when you look at the pockets of voters that may still be undecided or maybe thinking about sitting this election out, are people like moderates and also women. And Trump has polled very poorly with women. So that could be an incentive for him not to perhaps go after the moderator tonight, Kristen Welker of NBC News, in the same way that he was very aggressive on the stage with Chris Wallace back in Cleveland. So certainly President Trump has been told what he needs to do. The question is whether he will do it. Ben, this is really the last opportunity he has before an audience of tens of millions to try to change that trajectory in the polls for his reelection bid. Joe Biden has enjoyed a steady lead in the national polls for months now. The battleground states remain tight, and that is where President Trump needs to be focusing his energy, and in the hopes of his campaign trying to sway some voters here tonight.
Yeah, as we know, it does come down to those battleground states, as well as voter turnout, which, interestingly enough, so many people have already voted ahead of the election in just a few weeks. Karen Kaifa, thank you so much for being here.
You bet.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.